What do men really want?
You see, all that was required of me was just to lead. If you're in a space with a man, so let's say the man happened to be your husband and you're a woman, and every time you try to lead the man, if it's a wise and an emotionally intelligent man, he's going to step back and allow you to see you fail, and then when you fail, you step in. Most times they will not want to see you fail. Some will want to allow you to have some level of experience before they get involved. But the truth of the matter is, when you give a man the opportunity to lead, watch him lead and fail, encourage him lead, and then he will succeed. So I think most men want leadership. They want to be given an opportunity to lead.
Okay, so you're trying to say that men that don't provide are not
It's an abnormality.
You guys have heard it from your fellow man.
There
must have been like one thing the man did, said, or a red flag here or there. Do you know?
Okay.
And we're not going to also discuss the fact that a lot of people can move mad. Either they move mad from the starting of the mad. So hey guys, welcome back to Modern Headlines. Today with me I have...
My name is Ifya Akpabio. I am a businessman. I am the CEO of Prong Studios. Prong Studios is a company that specializes in multimedia services. So
thank you so much, Ifya, for coming on the podcast. So today, basically, I want us to talk about what men want. Yes. What do men really want? In general, in a relationship, in a marriage, even in platonic friendships. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you want me to discuss dates, but I from my standpoint, I'm just going to speak generally about what men want.
Okay. All right.
Every man I come across at a certain point in their life will want to lead. I see women a lot want to lead. If you're in a space with a man, so let's say the man happens to be your husband and you're a woman, and every time you try to lead the man, if it's a wise and an emotionally intelligent man, he's going to step back and allow you, see you fail, and then when you fail, he will step in. Most times they will not want to see you fail. Some will want to allow you have some level of experience before they get involved. But the truth of the matter is, when you give a man the opportunity to lead, watch him lead and fail, encourage him lead, and then he will succeed. So I think most men want leadership. They want to be given an opportunity to lead. That's one.
Okay. That's just one.
That's just one.
All right.
Now, another thing a man will need and will appreciate even more is appreciation. Now, every man, I don't know if it's not common with the Gen Zs, I've not really paid attention to it.
Okay.
But every man, especially in the circle I am, right, they feel very fulfilled when they provide.
Okay.
So the idea is, when you provide, there's a certain level of fulfillment that comes with being the man.
I agree to an extent, but now there are a lot of people who have issues with providing. Now this brings us to 50-50, because when you're into a relationship and you want a woman to do 50-50 with you, then are you really the provider there? The
truth of the matter is, when you put the man in a place to provide, he's going to provide. He will step up to the responsibility.
Not all men.
I'm telling you the truth. It might feel like I'm telling you.
I don't think I agree with that.
So let me cite an example with myself. So I was in this place where bills. At some point in my life, I was living with my aunt.
Okay.
So she handles the bills. She will get fuel for the car, do this, take care of the general house needs and all of that. And I'm just chilling on my laptop. And I'm in this place. I reject jobs. You bring jobs, something I can do, something I can do to make money, even if it's small. I'll reject it. Do you know why I'm rejecting it?
Why?
There's hope.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Somebody's
picking my bills. Then my auntie wakes up one day and said, "No, we can't do this anymore. You will have to know. You have to be a man." First, he started by telling me to leave the house. Yes. Whoa. So I had to leave the house.
I'm sure that was hard.
Yes, it was hard, but I later, 2-3 years later, when I was stable, I went back and appreciated her. I bought the wine and I told her, this was the best decision you could have ever encouraged me to take. So what happened to me was, I was faced with the responsibilities of waking up in the morning and you don't know where the next meal is coming from. You have to make money. So at that point, anything you give to me, any job that comes out, I'm ready to do it. Be that the price is small or big, I'm ready to do it. Because why? I was faced directly with my responsibilities. So I needed to no step
Man
up,
up.
step it. Yes. Now, for some men, once you provide that platform where they can feel relaxed, if I don't have, my wife will bring, or if I don't have, somebody else will provide, they will not step up to the responsibility.
But we also know that now, I'm sure you agree with me that most men don't want to provide. They either want a woman that is already self-made. You even see a situation, young boys will boldly tell you that, please, oh, if you know any woman that can take care of me, I'm looking for a sugar mommy. At some point, I used to think that maybe men used to be like jealous of women, like, oh, women have sugar daddies or something, or they have, assistants, so they feel that okay, maybe they too deserve to have sugar mommies.
I wouldn't completely agree to that. I think it's a wrong practice.
Of course it is,
You know
yeah.
that when you're in this day and age of social media, when you're fed with so much lie, you can believe anything.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, most of those people you're talking about, those class, those categories of people we're discussing right now, they don't have any responsibility. Let's be real. They don't have a child. They don't have bills. They're not paying rent. Let's be real. They are living off their mommy's boys. They are looking for the next mommy.
No,
You know
but
what?
no, but there are situations,
You know,
there are married guys
but you
that
know,
still have sugar
no, no,
mommies
but you
and
know, those
providing
are
for them.
now. So there's this point where you're breastfeeding. You have to wean off the baby. Now there are a lot of men that have not been warned of their mom, so they take that into any relationship.
True.
When you take that into any relationship, you feel it's normal for you to be provided for. You've never been a man. Do you understand?
So okay, let me get one point clear. So you're trying to say that men that don't provide are not
It's an
men.
abnormality.
You guys have heard from your fellow man.
It's an
If
abnormality.
you are a guy and you do not provide, you're not a man. Take it
Yes.
to the bank.
Yes. Now, let me even clarify that. It's so, like I said, it's a sense of belonging for a man to provide. He feels fulfilled, like I've done my part. So, what feeling do you get from not providing?
Okay, I like to ask this question. This is going to be a personal question. So, for example, now you're a guy, you have, say, a girlfriend. Do you have a problem with she's, just a little bit better than you, like financially, and she decides to chip in something, like, would that be okay by you? Or are you the
Oh,
man that wants to take full responsibility?
okay, let's come from. I'm sorry, I'm going to use a lot of my references right now. Is going
No,
to be.
no
I'm going
problem.
to come from a biblical standpoint.
Okay.
So let's look at it from this angle. Man, woman. Woman was supposed to help man. You can actually help me pick financial bills.
Of course.
So is that not help?
It is help.
Now you're helping.
No, sorry to cut you there. It must not be financial. I can help you in other aspects, but you're providing
Okay, so let me
financially.
cite a scenario. I'm out of town.
Okay.
Okay, so like right now, I can't access money. I have
Okay.
money in my account, but I can't access it. Network challenges. I've done some transfers and it's hanging. And I need money. I need to proceed. I need to do other things. And there you are, you have money. You can that's help. Do you understand me?
Of course,
You
yeah.
can help me till I come out of it.
Okay,
So,
yes, fine.
so let's say that takes up to a week. Do you understand me? Now the idea is not letting down the man's position. The man's position is to provide. That's not me letting down my position. It's me being in distress and being helped.
I get what you're saying.
Now
Yeah.
it's a mindset.
It's
For some people, they just completely dashed out they just threw
no,
the
it's
mindset
it's
away.
not even no, it's not even a problem because, like I always say, a relationship, marriage, or whatever, even friendship. So it's like a partnership. So friendship, marriage, relationships are partnerships. There's no problem in somebody helping the other person out because come on, you two, you're helping the girl out.
Okay.
If 12 months in a year, you've helped me out like 11, there's
Okay.
no problem in me helping you out, for like a month. But the thing is that there are some guys that don't understand that help. They see it as, oh, if I allow this girl help me this once, it's going to be disrespectful. And vice versa. Disrespect could, come from that, oh, I'm not supposed, I came from a house that my father did not collect from my mother. So
Okay.
if I have to give you now, wow, equal. So that's where, the question came from. There are a lot of guys that would rather go and beg and receive insults from outsiders or even their friends than ask.
So
their
so
woman.
so let me qualify this. In all the ships, what matters is the mindset.
True. Okay.
So I can come up with the mindset that I don't take money from women because I don't want to bring down values.
Is
So
that pride or is that a
it's
man
the
thing?
man's ego.
Okay, man's
It's the
ego.
morals. So some people must have grown up in a home where all of that was done. You know
Okay.
that, see, take it from me. We're 90% of what we grew up seeing.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm in a house where my dad does the provision. I was sharing with somebody some days ago. I said my mom would take her salary and give it to my dad. Then my dad would share a salary to her, then use the money to do other things. You know that when my dad passed on, my mother had a lot of properties that my dad had bought in her name with her money, not with my dad's money.
That's in the rarest of cases, but let's
But I don't know if you
continue.
understand.
I understand what you're
Now,
saying.
like I said, you
But
know,
there are also situations, sorry to cut you there, that could go south. I
now
hope you
I
you
know, but
agree.
now
Okay.
the idea is, like I said, it's about the mindset, getting to meet somebody. So I have that mindset now. I can get to be in maybe marriage with somebody that I'm coming with
Okay.
somebody that does not give into this mindset,
Okay.
that grew up from a background where our money is our money. Do you understand? Now there's going to be struggle.
No, I'm interested now. I want to know what would be your reaction to that. So now this is your upbringing where your mom did, and of course it worked out fine. Do you understand? Nobody's going to dispute that. Then this is also somebody who is coming from a different background, whereby say her father provided everything and the brothers so and she now disagrees with handing over her salary to you. So what would be your reaction to that?
Now, so let me bring this. One of my friends, we had a conversation one time, and the person told me, said, you know, you're a result of the things you know today and the discipline you have. Some of them were flogged into you. So
True.
what that means is it took time. It was a process. Now, I don't believe that, oh, I will get in contact with, maybe I'm married to somebody that came from a different background, different belief systems, and I want to force my belief on you.
Okay.
I'll stick to my points. Now, there are some things I can pick from my past, from my upbringing, and there are things I'm going to drop as I'm on the way. Because
True.
the idea is marriage in and of itself, it's an understanding between two people. So let me use, the Bible says that can two work together unless they agree?
I did not know you were a pastor.
Can two work together
Okay.
unless they agree? You know what that means? That I cannot come and impose. I will suggest, I'll bring it to you, I'll bring it up and see if you like the idea. We can come to a certain agreement. Do you understand? It's a
Yeah.
common ground thing.
Yeah.
So I will not come and impose. I will not come and tell you, listen, my father taught me, or my father in my upbringing. What if the person brings up their own opinions too?
Okay.
So there will be a balance. We can test things out.
Okay.
We test things out. First of all, let me use myself as a case study. I am a big spender.
And that is the what that's what women of this generation want. So
So I'm coming.
okay.
Now, when I mean I'm a big spender, I'm given to gadgets, cameras, because that's my world.
Okay.
I can buy at any time. I do spontaneous buying a whole lot. I can go on window shopping and I see a lot of things I like and will want to buy.
And you spend the whole family's savings.
I'm not, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Now, I have different accounts for different purposes,
Okay.
but I can buy like that with my pocket money. I can just do stuffs. Now, but the idea is if my partner has the strength to manage funds, I'm not going to come off this place that, because I am the man, I should control this. I'm going to rely on my partner's strength. Do you understand? If I know, oh, my partner's strength is she has control even more in managing finances, I'm going to be telling her about these things I love and want to buy. And then we can plan, we can work out something. I think that was what my dad was good at. He
Okay.
was good at managing funds and he knows where to position it. Then my dad too was a big giver. So when you come to my dad and make demands, my dad will tell you, talk to my mom. Then my mom will control it.
Okay. So I want to ask a question now. So are you one of those guys that is open to, sharing your finances with your wife? Oh, this is what came in, this is what we have now, this is what is going out. Like, are you open to sharing, that information we have, or you're the kind of man that, oh, you want to like pick bills? Do you understand? Because there are a lot of guys that have problems with like their women knowing how much is in their accounts, for example. They don't even like the idea. They will run away from the idea of having a joint account. So in your opinion, is it okay to be open?
Yes.
Is it something that you recommend?
Yes.
Okay.
So now let me explain something. Why people have a lot of struggles. You have the woman there, maybe saving some money, saving the money with the mindset that one day this man will, do something funny and I can go away with my money and not that feeling of not being broke is there. So while you're saving that money, you're having a plan B in your marriage. You know that
But it's okay to have a plan B.
So my mentor told me a story. It was in a public space. My pastor, he told us a story of a woman who saved so much money with the mindset that one day this man is going to do something funny and then she'll just divorce him and go away with money. So she was saving money. She saved the money. The money was too big that she couldn't declare to the husband because they were poor. So are you going to tell your husband that you've been saving this amount of money for how many years? For 30, 50 or to 30, 40 to 50 years of marriage, you've been saving money behind him and you guys have been going through a whole lot and you've not talked about it. So you see, if she was open, and do you know that it's either you take that money and dash it to the less privileged, the orphanages, or you bring that money and come and face the penalty, because if it's a very sensitive and emotionally intelligent,
I will spend the money gently from my purse and nobody will.
Where are you going to get the money from? Because you've been open to your husband in certain areas that, I don't have, and he knows you don't have. Okay, so let's cite an example for a woman. Maybe let's say the woman is a full-time housewife.
Okay.
Your husband.
So where is she saving the money from?
I don't know.
From her husband's money.
So they can be giving her money and she's doing some savings behind.
Okay.
Now let me tell you something. If two truly has become one. Now I'm going, like I said, I'm going to speak from my standpoint. If two has truly become one, it is necessary and it is required for both to be open to each other.
So please, I want to come in there.
Okay.
I personally don't see I don't see anything wrong in a woman putting aside money.
Do you know that?
Wait, no, hold on. Because I'm a firm believer that before she decided to put aside that money, there must have been one thing the man did, said, or a red flag here or there. Do you understand?
Okay.
And we're not going to also dispute the fact that a lot of people can move mad. Either they move mad from the beginning or they start moving mad halfway.
Okay.
So it's almost like I'll see that as an investment, just like how you guys will buy stocks, buy properties. That's how I see it. So in a situation where, luckily for you, the guy didn't move mad.
Okay.
Do you understand? I don't see it as a problem that I would declare that kind of money. I don't see it as a problem. I've been saving this money. I saved it. So even at this point, this money can be of what
you're saying now is that I've been saving this money and the family has been struggling.
No, I don't have to tell you that. I don't have to tell you that I saved the money because I thought you are going to run away or you're going to cheat on me or you're going to divorce me.
So what happens to the years where there was a lot of hardship and you've been saving money? Because definitely I'm going to question you. How long have you been saving this money?
Savings. So that means this money, I didn't just save 1 million block.
So you saved.
I probably must have saved.
So you saved this money 2 years into it and there was a lot of hardship and you didn't care bringing it
the
out.
Money was in fixed deposit and I couldn't get it because I had a
why didn't you tell me about it?
Because I wanted to surprise you.
So you see, now this is the reason why there's a lot of divorce. Once a man, so let's discuss. I don't think that's. So let's discuss this. Let's discuss this. What else does a man want? Trust.
Okay, just like how people give people surprise birthday. Okay, this is the surprise that
so you're going to surprise me after 20. What else can you surprise? What else can you surprise me with? You surprise me with you have another man outside.
Only money. You are not
that mindset. So see that, like I said, in any of this.
I'm surprised that this is even an issue.
So like I said, in any of the ships, what matters too is trust. If you're in any of these ships,
based off of the fact that I will not cheat and I'll be by your side.
You don't believe that what you did is cheating because it has to do with money. The mindset that feels that it is okay to be secretive, to keep things.
To be honest, I just feel like, guys, that's just an excuse, guys.
No, it's not. It's not.
How does me saving money for the purpose of our family in the future and for okay, for example, now let's use this scenario.
Okay.
I started saving this money and we're not broke. We're say me and my husband were we're okay. Do you understand?
What's wrong with telling your husband that you're saving money?
I I just don't have to tell you. I'm saving the money. By the end of the day, I didn't give the money out, and I still brought the money to the family. Now, this brings us back to the situation that you, like what you said about yourself. So you're somebody that sometimes you can be impulsive when it comes to spending.
Okay.
And I know that, okay, now imagine that I saved a particular amount, that then one day you now came and you're talking about a certain camera that I know that that money, if you know about this my money, you're going to tell me that we should bring out that money and you want to buy that, and you will tell me everything that is going to make me give you this money.
Okay.
And I keep this money to myself and I don't tell you.
Okay.
Somehow, years, years down the line or a year or two, we now have something that is most pressing,
Okay.
and I bring out this money. Do you still see that as a bad thing?
So let me flip it the other way around. I have a deep business mindset, and I don't believe in storing away.
You don't believe in storing money?
Yes.
Well, so now you see what you said.
Mindset. So
now.
I'm a big recycler. Money comes in, we recycle into other funds, other things, other ways that can make more money. So when you tell me that you've been storing away, let's like cite an example. You've been storing away like 60 million naira. Do you know what 60 million naira could have done if I was to invest it in 3 years? I'll triple that money.
But the truth is this, let's come from the point of view that you were not even broke. So you were not, okay, let's come from the point of view where you were not even broke.
See, let's qualify this. At any point, broke or not, more money, more investment, more profit.
I don't believe in what you see. Women, save your money. If you know that your husband is in fact, save your money.
Now, this is the truth. I want to bring a balance. There are men that are not just given to money. They see money, they drink, they do lots of stuff.
And there are even men that don't even like their partners handling money because they feel it gives you a certain freedom or independence to act anyhow. So they want to keep you under them. So they control the amount of finances you have access to. Yes, there are men like that.
So now this is the idea. I don't know about those men, but I know they exist.
Of course.
I've not come in contact with them. But I believe that a man should be open financially to the truth of the matter is, I know a lot of women who are deep thinkers and can help you think processes through. I happen to be very spontaneous. Now, when I tell you that, I'm spontaneous in buying, I take decisions on the spot. I can come around now and you tell me, there is this black magic camera. That black magic camera, the current price rate is 4 million naira, but I can give it to you for 500. I look at it and it's fine. Everything is working perfectly. I have 600, I have 700,000 sitting in my account. I will invest in that camera. What I'm quickly going to do is I'm going to pay for that camera, pick that camera and advertise it and sell it for the real value. The truth of the matter is, in my head, what's spinning is doubling it, doing business with it, making money with it. The concept of multiplying is there. But the truth of the matter is, there are just men that will have 500K or 600K sitting in their account. And the only thing that comes to mind is chilling, being in an expensive environment, spending on themselves, or there are even those men that...
Taking care of the family.
Is it taking care of the family? I'm discussing men that don't even know what taking care of family is.
Okay.
Who just want to gather with friends and drink.
So who will now be taking care of their responsibilities?
So that's where I'm coming from. Now, if you're a woman and you find yourself in that situation, I wouldn't advise you give your money to it.
Of course. And you would advise that in that situation, they should be saving and hiding.
No, I would not. Say, let me bring
don't
balance.
Hide, but just don't tell.
Let me bring balance to it. There's a stage in life before marriage that is called courtship. And I believe at every point that in this stage of your life, both should be open to themselves. I don't think there's any need for me to hide my weakness from my wife to be or my wife, because I feel there will be this ability for her to fill in for me. Yes, if she might not be ready to fill in or she's not available to fill in, there is always that place where there can be some conversations that can help. She could provide counsel or tell me, okay, in this situation, I think you need... Okay, so let's say I am in a situation where I'm constantly overwhelmed by work and other stuffs I do. I can discuss that with my partner, and I can find her. You can tell me, okay, I think I have know this girl, I know this guy that can help you with, assist you and be your assist in this angle, and the guy is really good. And that recommendation will go a long way. Now, what happens if I hide the struggle? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Now, if you have struggles with spending, you're a big spender, you're a reckless human being, I feel those stuff can be discussed. And when it's properly discussed, measures can be taken. You can say, okay, because I am an heavy investor, I'm completely business oriented. But the way my brain is wired is opportunities. I get to discuss business at every point. So I know, oh, I have this challenge. When money comes in bulk, I split it into different accounts. So right now I have account that takes care of family. I have account that takes care of my pocket. I have account that does investment. I have account for different things. So when money comes in, I sit down and split the money. Now, for my account on investment is where I pick to buy things. So when I tell you, oh, I can do spontaneous buy, it's from that account.
Okay.
If I do it from my pocket account, my pocket money account, is because I know that, oh, I'm going to refund it when I'm a bit settled. Because sometimes I can just take from there and buy immediately. Now, when it has to do with the account that I can pay fees, I don't go there. When it's time for fees, I go to the account and remove money for fees. All of that is taken care of. And I can clearly communicate this. So, I have a son, and I have an account for my son's school fee.
Okay.
When it's time for his fees, he takes the ATM card that belongs to that account, he goes to the school and slots in. So what I do is, when money comes in, I put money in that account. I can decide, oh, I have 3 tranches of cash coming into my account in 2 months. First, I'm going to divide it into a certain percentage for the school fee. I'm going to divide it into a certain percentage for investment. I'm going to divide it into a certain percentage for feeding, housekeeping, and all of that.
Okay.
And when that money comes in, I split it by that percentage. Now, when I split it by that percentage, when need arise for different units, I take from where it's been saved for. Now, I know a lot of families don't have this in place. I happen to be very opportune to learn this from my mentor.
Okay.
Now, why I'm saying this is, if this is not properly discussed, people feel excited about wedding. People feel excited about the word "I love you." So once you hear the word "I love you," you go into an autopilot state where you don't think. You don't get to observe the man.
You go into la la land.
So you don't get to observe the man, the abilities, the potentials. You don't get to think. You just jump in. We go by what we see. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, have you ever pulled a pizza, take the pizza out of the carton and trash the pizza and trash the carton? And the person said, yes. I said, when you go to the bin, does the bin look beautiful? He said, yes. I said, that's what happens when you pick somebody without brains.
I don't understand. Come again. So wait, you said wait. Where was my head? You said so. Okay, so the pizza carton is actually beautiful.
Yes.
With or without the pizza.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but what you go after is what you eat is the pizza.
It is the pizza. Okay, I get it.
So when you're picking a partner, be it in any of the ships, the person should be more reasonable. They should be value.
Of course, value. Okay, so now let's go back. What do men want? So we've spoken about providing. You like to provide, or men should provide. Then the first thing
Men want trust.
trust.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where we spoke about the spending and women hiding money. So what else?
Men want to lead.
Okay, men want to lead. Okay, I think one of the things I really expected you to mention, which is what men always hammer on, respect.
No, I talked about respect. No?
Okay, the men always want women to respect them.
So when you say respect in what sense?
Exactly.
You know, some men just want to put women in the pocket.
Exactly.
So respect in what?
So there's a difference between you wanting someone to control and you wanting somebody to respect you.
So all of that I categorize all of that in lead.
Okay.
You know, I was talking to some people and I told them, I said, there is a difference between leadership and management. A leader and a manager, there are 2 different roles. A manager will micromanage your skills and your abilities. A leader will direct your skills and your ability. A man will want to direct. I think we should do this. Okay, take this money. I think we should do this. So I'll give you this amount of money. It's not, it's more or less like, how should I put it? The engineer and the site manager. The engineer will come and direct what should be done. The site manager, or the, let me not say the project manager, the person on site will handle what's being done. Now, the person is carrying out the instructions or the leads of the engineer. There's a case study coming to mind, but I don't want to.
No, please go into this case study. Maybe this is what is going to make it very interesting.
So now this is the idea. I lead, you follow.
Okay.
I lead based on my instructions, you follow. Now let me tell you where the struggle is. Most women have been so stepped on till they don't want to be led.
I like the fact that you just said this thing, because a lot of men don't agree. Women have been so I'm
There's a
happy
lot
that
of-
you
there is a-
I'm happy that you, I don't know, maybe because you were, I would like to attribute it to the fact that maybe you were raised properly by your mom, because a lot of people refuse to see that part. It's just like somebody revolting. Do you understand?
Okay.
I will not just stay here and start revolting for no reason.
So there are a lot
women
of
have
there are a lot
been
of extremists.
oppressed.
Yes.
Exactly.
There are a lot of
Please
extremists.
continue, yeah.
There are a lot of extremists. There are a lot of people. Now, people respond to pain. A lot of people we see on the street are wounded people.
True.
Either wounded by their background, their upbringing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of the environment. They've been wounded. And generally, women feel oppressed. So when you try to lead and you reflect any form of oppression, the woman is going to revolt. It's a defense mechanism. Okay.
So if, for example, now a woman, say you're in a relationship now, and as a man, you're refusing to do the things that you're supposed to do as a man in that relationship, automatically you're going to make that woman to start or go into her masculine energy. So now things like providing, protecting herself, do you understand? So once a woman is in her masculine energy, things begin to go south.
So
The house will not function. No, I'm serious. Like, if, for example, now women were supposed to nurture, I think, birth, take care of the home, and whatever other things that women are meant to do. Once a woman is not in her feminine energy, you see all these things, like she becomes to be, problematic, heady, and refuses to adhere to leadership.
So I said this earlier. Let me qualify it. Many women don't give the man the opportunity to lead. I hear of families who raise females to lead. They say, listen, your husband, you don't take rubbish from your husband if he does anyhow. That's why I'm sending you to school. That's why. So you've prepared that woman to lead. That woman comes into the marriage, and whatever idea the man brings is trash.
And I think because if you look at it, if, for example, the mom was, say, uneducated, like in this scenario you're talking about now, say the woman was uneducated,
and there's this feeling of oppression.
Yes, so because she was not educated, the husband treated her anyway. Now you now understand the pain, why she's saying this to her daughter, which unfortunately.
So like I said, a lot of people are coming from wounded backgrounds.
True.
So because of this, there's just that pushback. But I would like to direct us. I'm going to use the Bible. Sarah and Abraham.
Pastor.
Sarah and Abraham. You see the lead.
Yeah.
Abraham leads and Sarah follows. Nobody is discussing education. Again, education has done a lot of things to us. We have used education to qualify and justify some of our negative actions. So a woman is rude, had bad characters, cannot be submissive. I didn't want to use the word submissive, but it's there. Cannot be submissive, and you justify it to the fact that she's educated. We've had educated women that are very submissive. They are very loyal to their husbands.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
I think everything, like we said or have been saying, is a product. Like, you're a product of your environment and the things
you're
that
a product. You see, in fact, you're 95% a product of your upbringing. Now, let me tell you what most men struggle in marriage or in any of the shapes is you're trying to correct what error has been made. Yes. Don't forget, I tell my friends, I said, do you know why they call the man in the day of the marriage, they call the man a groom? Because you have work to do. You're a groomer. You go in, you have work to do. Yes, already you've been given. So what you've been given that day is the mandate, the mantle to go and work. but some people feel it's fun. So the same way somebody will run away from classes in school, will give up and say, no, I drop out. I don't want to study again. That happens too in marriage. Somebody would run in with excitement of,
Wedding day.
yes, just that fun. But they don't understand that the responsibility in front of you is
a lot
is
more
a
than
lot more than just the
wedding day
excitement. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when they go in, some are surprised, especially for the ones that were not well prepared for. So they walk in there and they don't know what to expect. They don't know how to feel. So they are very confused, right there confused. And let me tell you one thing that most women don't want to see. They don't want to see you in your confused state.
Yes, we just want to see you lead.
Yes, they want to be sure that you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Like, I think some people understand the fact that men, all that, a man does not cry, a man does not show weakness. All that one
men cry. See,
of course.
don't
No,
let
but
anybody deceive you with the fact that men put off
they'll say
facet a
men,
whole lot.
yes.
There's a balance to that because
there's an emotional side to every human being, whether you're a man or a woman.
Yes, there's an emotional side to every human being. Now, let me tell you what happens with men. Men are not given the opportunity to express that.
That's
so they pocket
societal.
Yes, so they pocket
pressures.
it. Yes, they pocket it and move around life. And all they want is, even in the pen, they want that sense of fulfillment, and that's it for man.
Okay.
I'm going to say what a man typically wants is trust, respect, appreciation. Very important, appreciation. A man provide. You see that thank you? That thank you is a ticket for him to go for more.
You have not talked about one thing, the one thing that most people that are going to be watching this episode want to hear. What that one thing that you've been dodging?
That men want
in a
sex?
Relation. Exactly. Yes. Men want sex. Let's talk about the sex part.
So the truth of the matter
in
is,
relationships. Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I know that sex can tumble and scatter everything.
This topic, this point you want to bring up now.
No, just lightly, like, does it matter to men in a relationship? How important is sex?
It matters a whole lot. You know, with sex with man is not an emotional activity.
So we hear.
They just want.
Tell us about it.
It's like a stress relief. It's like many things to them.
So if sex is all that, then they can get it anyway.
It's not that they can get it anywhere. It's not that they
but
can
for
get
women,
it anywhere.
Okay, like, it's just like everybody knows. It's
now,
emotional.
let me tell you why. Now, if you, like you said, you address me as a pastor, I'd like to pick it up from there. Let me make something clear. In the Bible, I have not seen a place where the Bible says that a woman has to be emotional to carry out the sexual activities or requirements. In the Bible, it's not there. So it's not when I say it's not an emotional thing. It's the
people that wrote the Bible don't know now because they are men.
No. The Bible is the breath of God Almighty. It's the Spirit of God that moved on the men that wrote it.
Men that got that inspiration. So they don't know everything.
I'm coming now.
Maybe if a woman wrote a part of the Bible, we'll get that.
Let me help you understand that. Are you going to tell me that if you buy an iPhone, you want to know who wrote the manual? So because it's a man that wrote the manual, the iPhone is in favor of a man's use, right?
Well, because that's for general human use or consumption.
The Bible is for general human use and consumption. Do you know that even people that are not Christians quote the Bible?
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, when you're not a woman, it's just like, no matter how knowledgeable
in the spirit, there's neither male or female.
About men we are going to a place. No matter how much I know about men, trust me, as far as I'm not a man, like, there are certain things that you talk out of experience, you get. But if you're not a woman, there's certain things you don't know. You might be aware, let's
pull this. Let's go by the pizza analogy. Let's leave the pizza carton. Let's leave and let's discuss the bean. The bean man is neither male or female. It's a spirit. And what moves all of that is your soul. Do you understand?
Okay, now you're trying to tell me that as a spiritual person that you are, do you know, have you ever felt, like, do you think you know you have an in-depth knowledge of what, say, menstruation in women is just because you are spiritual?
So knowledge is progressive. Let's start from that point. Knowledge is progressive. I can have an idea about the thing. I'm coming. I can have an idea about the thing.
The idea you have is from other people's experiences, and no one woman has the same experience.
Now, so what happens if I've conversed with like 30 women?
Even at that, even if you converse with 1 million women, Everybody's experience is diverse, different.
Let's get to it. Sexual matters with women.
Exactly.
It's more of an emotional experience.
Very
so you hear
emotional
the
for
statement.
women.
You hear the statement that I was not in the mood or I'm not in the mood.
Yes.
But for a man, it doesn't work like that. Men are always in the mood. Men are always in the mood. So you cannot
And why is that? I'm curious.
And why is that?
Yes.
Because
why are men always in the mood?
Men don't see menstruations. Men were designed to be like that.
Okay.
Now, for classic and God-fearing men, there's the place of self-control, which is what you were talking about, that if they can't get it from a certain, maybe their wives, they can get it from outside. I'm going to speak from my discipline because my discipline permits me to exude a lot of self-control. So by exuding self-control, I can hold on. Maybe my wife is on a period, or maybe she's praying, she's fasting.
Sorry. Just because we were out of time, I want to know. So on a scale of 1 to 100 or 1 to 10, how important is sex to men?
It's like food. How important?
So you're saying it's like 200 over 100?
Yes. Yes.
Or
Yes.
20 over 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you, so the same way a man will provide, and there's that sense of, I'm the man. It's like that to a woman.
But you also understand that women can say no.
It's now. Let me be very sincere with you.
And that is not men should understand that women can say no, and that's not the basis, or shouldn't be the basis for cheating.
So I'll qualify it based on my discipline. I'm taught that women are not supposed to say no. If you look at the Bible, you see that very clear. Women are not supposed to. They are not supposed to resist. They are not supposed to refuse to give a man their body. Like when I mean a man, I'm coming. I'm coming now. Let me qualify. Let me qualify it.
Okay.
When I say a man, their body, their husband, they're not supposed to refuse sexual activities with their husbands. Do you understand? That's what the Bible commands.
Let me say something here. I might be wrong.
No, I'm coming
then
now.
Again,
now, you know that women. I'm coming now. You know that women weaponize sex against men.
Just as men weaponize financial freedom against women.
So the balance
is. So it's a 50-50 if you ask me.
Not just a 50-50. I don't encourage men who weaponize provisions.
Exactly.
And I don't also support women who weaponize
sex.
Here. Yes. So, like I said, two cannot go together unless they agree.
Of course.
Yes. When you're going into any ships, be it the big ship, to avoid sinking ships,
okay,
get these things sorted out, talked about properly before you get involved.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. And funny enough, you're my first male guest.
Okay.
I've actually never had this been women all the way, but thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate
Thank you for having me.
We've had a great conversation, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. See you on our next episode. Bye.
Bye.